Ever wondered why exercising with a group is more than just a workout?
Well, welcome to Group X Appeal, where we dive deep into and beyond the world of group exercise, as well as uncover the secrets to living life inspired.
That's right. So come discover how this podcast can transform your wellness journey. I'm Kimberly Glick.
I'm Terry Shorter, and stick around. Your next favorite podcast is just about to begin.
Hey there, welcome to Group X Appeal. I'm Kimberly Glick.
And I'm Terry Shorter. We're excited to bring you this hot and sweaty podcast.
With over 25 years of experience each in the health and fitness industry, we're here to share hilarious, heartwarming stories from our lives and careers.
And offer practical nutrition tips, expert exercise advice, and strategies for holistic well-being and a positive mindset.
Group X Appeal is your go-to source for inspiration, motivation, and a few laughs along the way.
So tune in and let us help you be the healthiest, happiest version of you. So welcome to Group X Appeal. We're going to have you kick this thing off. How does that sound?
We're doing it.
We are like live.
We're hosting a podcast.
It's going down for real.
Seriously.
I can't believe it.
I'm so glad to be
I'm
here.
on a microphone for once in my life.
Wait, that's what this is?
That's what this is. So for our listener, because this could take forever, our banter back and forth, and we're going to need way more boxes of Kleenex.
But hey.
And we only have one.
He's threatening to make me laugh, y'all. Okay.
So Kimberly.
Yes, sir.
Let our listener know exactly where Group X Appeal came from. What is it?
Okay, so the whole podcast idea was a dream. I know it
Literally.
sounds quite literally. I know they say like you have a dream.
I have a
Go
dream.
For the dream.
Yes.
No, this was actually a dream. So if you remember, I reached out to you one morning and I'm like, hey, you got a few minutes to talk today? And we jumped on the phone and I shared with you the night before I had a dream. And for whatever reason, this crazy dream was that you and I were hosting a podcast.
What?
And the funny thing about that is that I had never even considered doing a podcast. You know, I've been doing online business for several years now, about 6 years now, and never once, I saw all the podcasts. I've had people recommend I do podcasts, and never once did I feel it to do a podcast until I woke up that morning and looked back over the night. I'm like, did I dream that? Like, was that really?
Was that for real?
Was that for real? And so we jumped on the phone and I'm like, so I don't know, like, what do you think? And so we decided, we're going to go for it.
Well, let's rewind a little bit because first you called me and then you say, hey, I had a dream about you. I was like, what?
Wait a minute. Actually, I think that is how it started.
That is exactly how it started.
I apologize for that. So inappropriate.
I was like, oh, wow. Okay. Wasn't expecting that. But, well, let's hear about this dream that I was in.
Should we make it a video call? No, yeah. So it's just wild. And, the really cool thing is, and we started brainstorming, and I think both of us are natural born collaborators. We love working with other people. We believe in the strength of coming together to do something. And so I think both of us were kind of craving that a bit. I know for sure I was. So we started brainstorming. One of the first things we needed to brainstorm was a title.
Right.
What are we going to call this podcast? It's going to be like the next best podcast ever. And so, of course, what do? I go to ChatGPT.
Like everybody else.
Right. And we knew, here's what we knew. We knew it wanted to be about living your best life, about wellness, holistic well-being, being, truly happy and healthy in your life. And of course, our background being group fitness, we wanted to be able to draw from our experiences in the health and fitness industry. Over 50 years combined. Holy Jiminy Crickets.
30 for her and 20 for me.
Oh, hey. See, he's trying to make it sound like I'm
actually
all
40
so much
for
older.
her, 10 for me.
I am only 2 years.
2 days.
2 days older than him. Do not let him get it twisted. Okay. So I went to ChatGPT with all those ideas. We wanted to be inspiring, empowering, and about holistic well-being. And it spit out like 10 different podcast title potentials. And I sent them your way. And then you followed up with a dream of yours.
Right.
So why don't you share with us how we came up with the name we did?
Group X Appeal. Well, Group X Appeal back in 2012 was a concept that Tina and I came up with. We wanted to create a reality television show. And because we were inspired by, because I love food, by the way. We were inspired. I was inspired by Man versus Food, the guy that goes around all over the country.
You didn't tell me this part.
Oh, I didn't?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, well, we saved it for the podcast. So we would watch Man versus Food late at night, and this guy would go all throughout the country, and he would take on these challenges that these different restaurants in these remote places would put on, and they would challenge him to eating, everything from the hottest chicken wings to the biggest burritos to, the most packed pizza that you can possibly eat, and he would sit down and win these challenges. So that was one of the shows, and then another show called World's Dirtiest Jobs is another one where
You told me about that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this guy would go around and he would, kind of experience the world's dirtiest jobs. He would get in the trenches, he would get his hands dirty and share with people what that experience was like, and that people were actually doing these jobs that you would never, ever imagine. So those two shows inspired this concept called Group X Appeal, where co-hosts, two people would go out into the marketplace to small mom and pop facilities, studios, all the way to big chain clubs, and try out the best classes that they have to offer, the group exercise classes that their members love going to, that get results from. They have their favorite instructor, and so that was the idea. And these co-hosts would go try these classes out. They would interview the instructor, interview the club owner or the manager of the club, some of the testimonials that came out of that particular class, and they would cover the class. And so you get everything from kickboxing, cardio kickboxing, to strength classes, to dance classes. I mean, all across the gamut. Yeah. Any type of modality you can think of, they were willing to try these different classes, even if they look like a fish out of water. So that was the concept. Submitted it to the Writers Guild, and it just kind of sat because we were focused on some other endeavors, some other projects. But as soon as you called, it hit me, and I thought,
all came back.
It all came back. I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah, got super excited. And then, of course, the opportunity to have the chance to work with you, you are literally like a living legend in our industry, somebody I look up to, a lot of people look up to, not just...
I'm only 5'7".
Is that it? So just to have that opportunity to work on a project, and because I think our passions are aligned with serving people and helping to inspire them and helping somehow, some way change their life, any way, shape, or form, I thought that would be a fantastic opportunity. So why not?
Why not?
Right?
And of course, we talked about the fact that we both got into healthy living through group exercise classes.
Absolutely.
And then we became friends through the world of group exercise. And so it just made all the sense in the world that would be our jump off point to be able to get the message out to the masses of how to come together, have shared energy to live our best lives, right? So,
absolutely. Live our best lives, live our passion.
Yes,
life is too short not to. And so to be able to work with somebody who, we just kind of, again, share that same passion and be able to share our experiences with listeners or viewers.
Hey, you too.
How could we say no, right?
Absolutely. And I got to say, if I'm thinking about my why for doing it, the moment I felt the inspiration from the dream to partner with you to do the podcast, I've just been super excited, which I haven't been so excited about a project in a long time, which I know I've shared with you.
Sure.
But the opportunity to work with you, I mean, I feel equally as blessed because, here's what y'all don't know. And for those of you that are listening on YouTube, you've got video to match up. So if you're driving, pull over and pause because you might want to take a look closer, because you have never on this face seen eye makeup this dark. Because I don't wear much makeup in general, but in preparation. So we had a prep day a couple weeks ago, and I left here with my makeup on my chin, because my eye makeup on because I was just crying, laughing the entire time, and I suspected that this is what's going to happen. And so I went to, of course, CVS because I'm a big spender, and I bought
that designer makeup.
That's right,
Love
baby.
it.
That's right. And no Bobby Brown for me. I went and got my Maybelline waterproof.
Old school. I love it.
Yeah. Mascara and eyeliner, and then I put it on this afternoon, and I'm like, whoa, it's dark.
It looks great. So if
the
you're
only
listening,
question is it still there?
It's still there.
Okay.
For now.
But point being, I just knew this would be so much fun.
Yeah.
And so it was a huge why for me. And then, like you said, we both are so incredibly passionate about uplifting other people, about inspiring them, about, giving them the resources, the tools, the strategies to be able to live their best, healthiest, most inspired, longest lives. And
Absolutely.
It's what we've been at for a long time. This just provides us, another platform to do just that, which is really cool. So thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for dreaming.
I know. I'm a dreamer.
Yes, we've been doing this for a long time, and the goal is to continue doing this much longer,
Yes.
right? Serving people and giving them our very best for as long as possible, God willing. So I
Right.
can't wait.
Absolutely. All right. So, Terry, I have a question for you.
Break it down. Break it down now.
For our listener out there or our viewer, if you're on YouTube, what's in it for them? Why should they tune in and hear what we have to say?
Well, I think going back to what you said, provide some inspiration. You never know what people are going through in their days, in their weeks, in their months, in their lives in general. And so if we can, bring a little bit of light into their lives, mission accomplished. Even just a little glimmer would make me happy. And I know it for sure would make you happy as well. Some strategies, tactical strategies where they can implement.
Rubber hits the road, baby.
Right, immediately. As soon as if you're listening at the gym right now to this podcast, or if you're driving the car, if you're doing some chores, you can literally take some of these ideas that we'll be sharing through this Group X Appeal podcast and implement them right away and see the changes occur and manifest like literally before your eyes. The same things that have been passed down to us that, we're so excited to share, with you as a listener.
I mean, it's all about the things that we've learned and then wanting to pay it forward,
Paying
right?
it forward, for sure.
I first became a wellness coach in my journey simply because I had taken an inward journey myself and started to learn about holistic well-being. I started implementing different healthy habits and rituals in my daily routine that made such a change that people saw the change and they wanted me to start sharing with them what I was doing.
Right.
And I realized that I could take what I've learned along the way, beyond the physical, beyond just exercise, beyond working out, and share it as well and continue to help make an impact beyond the physical, which I know we're both really passionate about as well.
Sure.
So when you tune in, my friend, we are wanting to make sure you leave feeling inspired, that you leave feeling uplifted, that you leave with some tips and as Terry said, some actionable strategies, some steps that you can take to better your life experience. That is what it's all about for us. And then for me, as you know, the key word is empower. By definition, empowered means that you give someone the tools, you give them maybe the knowledge, the tools, the strategy, the resources, but they then go take the action. And I think that's what we want to do. We can't take the action for you, listener. We love you. We want to, we would if we could, but we will give you all we've got so that you can
then some.
And then some. Heck yeah. And then you'll have what you need to go take the action to be able to live your best life.
Did I say dim sum? I must be hungry. I said then some.
That sounds
not
delicious.
Dim sum. Doesn't that sound good? Right?
It really does.
Okay, just so the listener knows, and Kimberly knows, I love to eat, and food will pop up in my head.
Don't you love how that's the second time during this episode he mentioned something about food? Yeah, the man versus food. You're like, I love food.
Wow.
Yeah, if you ever want to know like what national whatever food day it is, this is your guy.
Yep. So dim sum. That sounds so good. So, but yeah, we're not going to be gatekeeping anything. We want to let the floodgates open and, provide you with, like Kimberly said, anything and everything we possibly can to help better your life in any way, shape, or form. And one of the best ways for us to understand how we can help is please ask questions. Let us know, and we'd be more than happy to answer them to the best of our knowledge. And if we don't know, we will seek out the answers. We'll find the right people. I'm not afraid
to research.
Right. And it's not just ChatGPT. We've got some fantastic guests that we have lined up throughout this show that we are thrilled about sharing with you. And you're definitely going to want to stay tuned for that. So
fun.
Right?
No better time than now, right?
Absolutely.
I think that this all happened right now. The dream, this idea coming to life on your end, our availability, our willingness, our enthusiasm, like it is just the right time, the right place, the right people, the right idea, and we're ready to make an impact.
Absolutely. So the stars are aligned, and we are happy that you have joined us for this broadcast, for this podcast. This is our very first one.
Well, we are broadcasting the podcast.
Broadcasting the podcast.
Hey. We also like to turn things into raps.
Yeah. So forewarning you. Just letting you know before we let loose.
This is just the first one, dude.
Right. I know. Crazy. Did you just call me dude?
I did. Did I tell you that? Did you notice my new acronym for you, though, in the last text or earlier text?
No.
BFAM.
BFAM. I did see that, and I was like,
did you figure it out?
Brother fam? I don't know.
But that's it. Brother from another mother. It's what I always call him. And every time I say my brother from another mother, I am exhausted because there's so many words. And so I realized it's a pretty
like
easy
B-fam.
acronym. B-fam. I was like, what's up,
So
B-fam?
yours is S-fam, so sister from
Exactly.
another mister.
Right.
All right. So B-fam and S-fam.
So S-fam and B-fam
That
are
works.
probably about ready to sign out for this
That
time around.
works. I think so. So with that being said, we are absolutely thrilled that you've taken the time, the energy, the interest in listening to this very, very first podcast. And we're both hoping that this is just one of many to come. And we encourage you and appreciate you sharing this podcast with anybody and everybody you know as we continue to share.
Like friends, family,
neighbors,
strangers,
anybody.
people on the street.
Anybody. Just
let
let them know.
If they in any way, shape, or form want to live a healthier, happier, better life, share it.
This is the place.
We'd appreciate it.
This is the place. So we've got the appeal here at Group X Appeal. And make sure if you do have questions, comments, feedback, requests, please let us know. You can email us at groupxappeal@gmail.com and we will absolutely answer. You can also follow us online and the handles for all the social media.
Group X Appeal.
That's it. Pretty simple.
That's
at
it.
Group X Appeal. Right here.
there. See
It's on
there?
the screen. If you're
Yeah, if you're on
if you're
YouTube.
watching on YouTube, you can see it on the screen. If you're listening, and hopefully you've been driving safely and working out safely
attention.
and doing your chores safely.
Doing your chores safely. I always try to do my chores safely. It's true.
Speaking of, just real fast, were we about to sign off?
We were.
Before you showed
This
up,
is what's going to happen. See?
I was doing dishes and I splashed water all over me because I don't do dishes safely. Water
you go.
all over the place. Yes, I flip back the hair. Okay, that's it for me. I'm done talking. What about you? Anything else you wanted to share,
I just
Kimberly?
want to say thank you so much for tuning in, wherever it is you're tuning in, whether you're listening, whether you're watching on YouTube. We are thrilled to be here together and for you.
Absolutely.
So absolutely subscribe. Keep following us. We've got so much to offer and provide for you, and we cannot wait. So let's keep meeting.
Yes.
And we'll see what we can do to help each other live our best lives.
Yeah, and we encourage you to make it a great day. And why, Kimberly?
Because it's a great day to have.
Absolutely. We'll see you again in the next broadcast. Thank you.
Much love.